What a sweet day! What up, Rated F, baby?
The pre-show was great. The
mid-show
was great.
I was gonna say, it wasn't even the mid-show. It was the show. Was amazing.
Now we are ready for a special guest of ours.
Special
post-interview.
friend of the crew. This is welcome to the post-show, guys, here at Rated F. We're bringing in the
CliffHanger. Yes.
CliffHanger
Pinnacle
onto
himself.
this, the pinnacle himself.
Josh Martinez in a little bit here. There we go.
Oh, you hear it?
Yes.
You hear it. Ooh,
What's up?
What up, baby?
What's up, baby? What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's
Great to
up?
have you, man.
What's up?
Thank you for being on the show, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course, of course. You know, guys, for anyone who doesn't know, who hasn't watched the other show we just posted, where have you been? You're hiding under the rock. You have to know this. This is our friend, the CliffHanger.
Yes, Josh Martinez, one of the founding wrestlers of JPW, one of the best in this business, and we can't say how much. Like, we're definitely. It's beyond words to have you here. Just put it that. I'm so happy to have you.
When we first got together behind the scenes, I have to admit, it gave me chills. And on a no, can I curse?
Yeah, go ahead.
On a no bullshit level,
Rated F for a reason.
I would not have family here if I didn't have any means of bringing them aboard.
Amen.
So this means everything to me.
Amen.
This means everything to me. So I'm honored to be on your show. And I'm just waiting for the last one because I know on the other podcast I was, having a cold one, but I can actually enjoy the one that I actually enjoyed tonight. So I mean, whatever you guys have, I will definitely be obliged to answer those questions.
No, of course,
or any kind of chat. I mean, we
can just
usually
BS
how it goes.
it. Most of our chat tends to become the BS it, but honestly, man, seriously, it was great. It's great to have you. Honestly, when Robbie had reached out, hey, we're gonna have Josh on here, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to jump right into it and just kind of get for our fan base who doesn't know, and this is for the people who are going to be watching this. If you're not watching live, you're going to watch it afterwards. I want you guys to get a little bit more of a background of who we have as our guest. And there's his Instagram. We have follow his Instagram. He'll be posting a lot of from JPW as well.
Please.
Who is CliffHanger?
I think Danny Barnes had said it the best. I mean, CliffHanger is me. Josh Martinez is the CliffHanger. In and out of the ring, it's one of those things. I'll be honest with you. The name came with me holding a hanger, a literal fucking clothing hanger, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me just roll with this. And my imagination just went wild.
I want to say, I thought you were gonna say you had an imaginary friend. I'm like, I do too.
It might have
He
been
was
at
like,
the time.
yes!
Yeah, I was like,
Woohoo!
yeah, exactly. So I mean, with CliffHanger, the name, it means so much to have the only name to stick through JPW. You have the Archangel that changed from that to Zion Phoenix. You have Spike changing to Danny Barnes. I mean, you see these evolutions, but mine was stagnant. And I made sure like maybe that could be the new norm, is to have one stagnant name, and with the actions being with the CliffHanger. I went to the drawing board a lot of times. I mean, role models like The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Rock. It's very clear in my movesets when I do all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? CliffHanger is not these guys. CliffHanger is definitely very much me. And it means a lot to give that back to you guys in a massive manner with such respect. And I like I said, the CliffHanger is Josh Martinez.
And it's true, and it's very well said, because watching on pre-shows, watching on post-shows, watching on just kind of when you get the crowd started, you definitely feel it's very natural. And that's one thing that you always miss as a huge wrestling fan that I am, and Rob, you are too. When you start watching and you don't feel that the promos are coming very naturally. It's very, I don't want to script it. Not even just scripted, like it's very like to the like that structure of it, and it's like sometimes you just gotta let loose, and I like definitely like that.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. You know, when I actually started doing this hardcore, it was probably about the beginning of the year when we actually got the ring in. It was a long little process, and I'm like, well, I mean, when I stopped playing football, and you remember me playing football?
Yes,
with
yeah,
me.
I played football with you.
Right, we played football, and I got a bit. Jesse Neal was the guy that got me out of football. Jesse Neal at a private show with Team 3D Academy. He had told me, he's like, look, you want to preserve your knees? I had really bad knees at the time. Not that it was anybody's, business or whatnot, but, I'll make it known. I have no qualm about giving my personal details if I have to. Jesse Neal pretty much said, look, if you want to have a professional wrestling career, you stop playing football and you start pursuing a professional wrestling career. That's when I had backed out, and and it's been on and off and on and off. And me and Dan, when it came to GCW, when we started doing all this,
which
stuff
for those who don't know, GCW was the original name of the JPW.
correct, and some matches were in the garage. We just don't have those filmed. We just do not have those filmed. And I got to be honest with you,
there was no permission for that one.
No,
there was
absolutely
They
not.
stick to their word.
Yeah,
It
absolutely
wasn't
not.
a
Yeah.
garage at one point.
No, and and when we had that name and that moniker, it was a lot of back and forth with me, a lot of personal reasons to do it, a lot of personal reasons not to do it. And I decided, full fledged at the beginning of the year. I always came in, and these guys were let down by the CliffHanger leaving. And it wasn't CliffHanger that left; it was Josh that left. So it was important that this match, it wasn't just CliffHanger that was appearing; it was the personality of Josh Martinez. So, with the question being what it is, there's a lot of motivation behind why I did what I did. Why, we've had such a personal level with all this, and I can't be any more honored than to help my brother out, to help my brothers out. And it makes a huge difference to me, honestly, at the end of the day.
You could see it in when it comes to the performances, when it comes to the entire aura of the event, any event. If we're just doing, we're doing episodes, or if it's the biggest showcase of JPW is Change the Destiny, you could feel it. There is electricity in the air, and you draw that from the crowd, even when we're shooting, when we're live.
I gotta be honest with you. Like I said, The Rock was one of the biggest polarizing characters in WWE. And
who was hated,
right? Who was hated? Yeah, absolutely.
He loves to hate him.
But then I honestly didn't start with The Rock. I started with John Cena, and again, Felix knows every single fucking day at school I would wear some kind of wrestling gear. John Cena was something
he looked like a Fruity Pebbles episode every time he came to school.
And there's a couple people in the audience who know that I rocked the John Cena gear.
I would see him I remember seeing you in high school. I was about a year older than him, so I would see him in high school. I would see the wristbands, I would see the hat, and I was like, "Is that John Cena?" No, it's just Josh. Okay.
and you know what? And here's the thing: people would come up to me, like, "Oh shit, it's John." Wait, no, it's not John. No. Back in high school, they called me Little Dave Bautista. Back then, yeah, and there was a thing, like, it was, you look like Dave Bautista.
Wearing John Cena's gear.
Wearing John Cena's gear. And it was like one of those things, like, and I've gotten comments after comment after comment. And they were like, "Yeah, you look like Dave, you look like Bautista." And again, Bautista, for me, another personal hero that I did not mention before, he was very much the reason why I really got into wrestling hardcore. And it made a lot of sense to me. I mean, his background was like, I didn't have the grades in school. I am a much older talent on this roster, and he was an older talent when he was in WWE. And it made a lot of sense for me. And I was like, you know what, I really connect with Dave, and it really shows here. I mean, and I'm not the best wrestler. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna shoot anybody's shit here.
You're pretty good.
I'm not the best. But I'm not the worst. And I keep it in between because I stay humble to the guys who do watch, and the guys who do better than I do, like Danny Barnes and like Perez and like Zion Phoenix. I keep humble to those humble me.
So, what would you classify your style then? Just to kind of stick with that. Who is CliffHanger? What is your wrestling style?
So my wrestling style, I mean, if that's what the case is, I mean, that question is really good because my wrestling style really comes from a mix and match. I mean, you see the cha-cha slide. I figured what could be the biggest funny story that The Rock had ever told. And I remember the story being told on some kind of platform. I don't remember what it was. I was a kid when I heard this, but it stuck. I don't know. Everything that Dwayne had said stuck. And he's like, you know what? Let me just make the most ridiculous move in sports entertainment, and let me dare someone to laugh. And if I do, I win $100.
Yeah.
And he did. The People's Elbow was the most ridiculous move in sports entertainment. Think about it. But it sold like fucking hotcakes
because it had the a part of wrestling is definitely at that level. Like sports entertainment is the showcase,
the showmanship.
Yes, you have to sell. It is a drama. So to have a move that's pretty much I have an elbow, but it's not that. It's the spine buster, going into the showmanship, going into the way he holds himself, taking off of the elbow pad, throwing it to the back and forth, the running for whatever reason, and then
literally to make it that it running is
better.
Not even that. You look at that running because hindsight. I used to do the People's Elbow on my brothers all the time, and then I would look at it and go, "This is the most stupid." You don't get momentum from doing because you're falling. Yeah. But it made sense because guess what? I'm gonna make someone laugh, and guess what? He made a bet, and it sold. And
it was great for TV, and that's what you have. Like you have that connection with the crowd, and you feed off of that energy when you say, "The man, he's tired." No, wait, because CliffHanger is going to bring that energy out of the crowd and fuel that match, man.
And I love it. I really appreciate that. I mean, like it. I'm not gonna lie. It took a lot of going back to the drawing board. It's like, well, what is CliffHanger? And to kind of really define that question in the front, I had to take a long, hard look in the mirror and a lot of personal stuff. I was like, you know what? CliffHanger is exactly this. This character isn't a character anymore. This is a personality. Yeah. A personality that was met with all these different inspirations. So when I do the cha-cha, and I've actually go on record, and I don't know if it's on film or not on film, but I remember doing the crank that with Superman gear. And I was like, you know what?
It was a callback.
It was a callback. Yeah, absolutely. Everything.
I did see the.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Everything I did. I mean, like I made it a point because I had cut a promo against Zion Phoenix, who was really gotten under my skin about just being the dominant one, running over the OGs. And like I said, I didn't care if I won or lose this match. Granted, there was a little bit of making sure that I didn't let the crowd down, regardless if I did win or lose, because this crowd really feeds into the persona of the CliffHanger, and it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense to give these guys back some respect. That they got a kid who decided, hey, I'm going to do professional wrestling. Not a lot of kids, and I'll be completely fair here, not a lot of kids can say they lived out their dreams. And this is what I do. Absolutely is definitely for the kids who can't make it on their own. This is definitely for the inspiration that I can, I try to give back to
when
that.
You feel it's so far-fetched and WWE, NXT, AEW is that like how high do I have to reach? No. And JPW right here.
Right. And
you have other
right.
Local.
Absolutely. And my goal for JPW is to transcend these brands that are out there. You got the WWs, you got the AEWs, you got the Impacts, you got the New Japans. And I could rattle off independent promotions. I mean, shit, we got freaking Wild Samoans down there. We have we've got an Ocala, we got Knockout Wrestling. Yeah. I really want to transcend this platform. And you can see the growth. I mean, it's on our YouTube channel, regardless of how many videos or non-videos that are out there. You can see the growth, and you can see that with or without me in this ring, my fellow wrestlers, they did the job. Yes. And that's what warms my heart even more. They kept it going. And hopefully we can see a new light. We can maybe see a different change. And you definitely did see that evolution tonight. I mean, even in the promo, I burnt my gear. I mean, I didn't have a good Deathstroke mask. Yeah. I go on record. I'm a big DC fan. I'm a huge DC fan.
That's like a lot.
Yeah. And
I chuckled when I saw you come out with the Batman helmet. I was like, yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of those like, yep, that's Josh. And for those who do not know, I'm wearing this Superman shirt for one of two reasons, and they both are very valid. I'm, like you said, a DC guy, and then I'm actually promoting the July 3rd show, which is a very important show for you, and for you, of course.
Definitely.
And without going into greater detail, I don't know how I fit in the greater capacity, but I definitely don't want to give you guys a bad show. I definitely want to give you guys the best show that I can possibly give you.
Of course.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I hope. God,
It's
you know,
gonna be
I'm
so
going
much
in.
fun.
And really quick, just so everyone, if you didn't hear it, if you didn't stay through the whole show, we didn't mention that there is a show on July 3rd. It won't be filmed. We won't be putting it out there, but it will be for my dad. We're doing, it's called Popomania. It's on July 3rd. So if you guys want to check it out,
Tribute event.
please shoot a comment, reach out to us on all our platforms. We'll give you guys information.
So,
But yeah,
I mean, I'd like to ask you a question for tonight, man. He's just sitting here chilling with you. We got beers in the hand and whatnot, and
I didn't got a beer.
you know,
Hey,
you missed the
get
memo.
this guy a beer, God
You
damn
missed,
it.
you missed the memo. That's what. No, fantastic show. You know, you pulled it off despite the weather, despite the worrying of technical difficulties. Who's gonna have their gear? Don't miss anything. Don't miss any cues. It flowed like water.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to focus on your match, man.
Okay.
Like, how do you feel about your match tonight, James?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. For the sake of a better word, I mean, Zion did what he wanted to do. Was I mentally there? Absolutely. With everything being what it was with this match, Zion gave me an answer for everything. There was a suplex for a suplex. There was a spine buster
Big
for
man.
a good couple shots in the head. Mind you,
I'm not gonna lie. One of the suplex I said broke the ring. There it is. It's gone.
Yeah. And I kind of talked to Danny Barnes. Who Danny Barnes is one of the guys that I respect. And I don't want to break kayfabe here, but he is my legit brother. And that goes without saying.
that?
What's kayfabe anymore?
What's
Right?
kayfabe?
And I talked to Danny Barnes, and Danny Barnes had said, "Yeah, he's almost 300 pounds." Now, keep in mind, I walked away from this profession and going back and training as hard as I freaking could to make sure this match happened, to pick up an almost near 300-pound guy for an AA or a fireman's carry slam.
That is no small feat.
No, it's not a small feat. And I did that to him 8 years ago. So it was a callback.
Yeah.
Even coming out, even with the Batman mask, had my blue pants on, even though it was a spandex reveal, the singlet with a black shirt. It was my callback. I was like, you know what? Let me evolve. This is the depth. This is the time to evolve. So Zion gave me one hell of a beatdown, and I have to give credit to Zion. It doesn't matter what promos were cut. It doesn't matter what personalities we have. I love the guy. He has my respect. But at the end of the day, when it all is said and done, I got to pull the big cliffhanger spiel. When it's all really said and done, it really comes down to, can he beat CliffHanger at 100%? And it's not that he beat me at 100%. It's not that he beat me at 50%. No. With implications of the weather, with everything happening and the weight of the shoulders, and it's no excuse. Zion, if you're watching at home, I just want you to let you know you did a hell of a job and you beat me, and you have my respect for that. As I said once and now twice, and now you got 3 times. You have my respect and you have my respect. There is a next time.
Ooh.
There is a next time with every single thing that you've done tonight, and I just want to make it very well known.
All right.
I definitely love to see that. That's I mean, listen, that match,
making.
it had Big Show versus Undertaker, Big Show versus Kane.
Yeah.
It was just
When we were live,
big men throwing big sweaty men.
Yeah, big sweaty man and big sweaty man. We were live. We were calling it King Kong versus Godzilla.
Slap meat.
They're gonna feel it in China. My goodness.
And I got to admit, like he did a really good job. Now, I mean, my stuff aside, I mean, you expected Cha-Cha, you expected the Passover. I mean, but again, the AA, I was like, you know, let me just crack this out of my ass right
When
here.
you cracked the AA, I think I was in a coma because I was like, there's no way I'm having a fever dream, because I saw you lift him and I said, this is like you said, a near 300 man. I was a 300-pound man. I was like, what the flying hell?
There was definitely a moment where I was like, can I do this? Can I not do this? Because I will go on record. I haven't had the best of luck when it comes to my back, but I make it work for what it counts for.
Okay.
And this definitely needed that count.
Yes. And what a job you did.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great performance.
definitely loved the match. It was a great match. Speaking of that, aside from obviously Zion, what other wrestler you want to shoot for? There's got to be a wrestler.
What's next for Josh Martinez? What's next for the cliffhanger?
What's next for the cliffhanger? What's next for the cliffhanger, Josh Martinez?
It's a two-part question because it is. We have two questions on that one.
Oh, you got two questions. So let me answer this. Let me answer this with another question. It's who I don't not want to wrestle. I want to wrestle everybody on this roster because they deserve the respect from CliffHanger. I usually shake people's hands, and Zion didn't get the shake of the hand tonight, but he definitely got it in my mind. Definitely has my shake of respect. Danny Barnes. It makes a huge difference when I shake his hand in the ring with such respect because of what we've grown, what we've tried to accomplish. I got to be honest with you guys. Let's let the July 3rd show marinate a little bit.
Right.
I might have lost a couple here and there. But let's see who's champion afterward. Let's see who the real JPW heavyweight champion really is. Because you're talking to the first ever JPW world champion.
Okay, yes, that's
true.
Yes.
So,
Forget.
Veteran of the company.
Right, exactly. So with that being said, could there be a championship match that happens with CliffHanger, and it just so happens that it's Danny Barnes or Jake Xavier or Perez or Zion Phoenix? I really don't care who's the champion. It's just I want to wrestle anybody that I can, and no disrespect for the returning. I shouldn't say newcomer. The returning, Harley J. Knight.
That was
That threw me off guard. I didn't expect.
I did not expect that.
So
that was good to see him.
So I know
again.
you guys generally ask questions here, but let me throw you the curveball here.
Oh my!
What was your favorite match of the night? And you don't have to bullshit with me. What was your favorite match of the night? Because I got to be fair. Like, there were moments that we all generally said, "Holy shit!" Tonight.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite match?
To be fair, and I'll start off. I'll break the ice on that
please,
one.
yes.
I honestly love to watch that Danny Barnes match because it was power on speed because Perez is hurt. So you had to rely on his power, and Danny, who's just quick as all hell, and a daredevil at that. So to see him go out and throw his body in the line and do all the flying suicidas, and I mean, I was blown away with the whole match. I think every time I was like, and very similar to your match, but I felt like because it was the main event, they made it took it to the next level. I definitely loved watching what they did, and it was just blow for blow, blow for blow, blow for blow. And every time I was like, okay, this person, Danny got it. Nope, Perez got it. Nope, Danny got it again. It's like, oh my god.
No, it's a good thing because I was sitting there. I really tried to not be emotional about it, and it's one of those things like we've, because of the pandemic, because of what's been going on, personal lives outside the world, it was so emotional to see a main event actually mean something.
Yes.
It was so powerful, regardless of who won and lost that match. It was so powerful to make sure that this was a statement.
Yeah.
This was a statement going forward.
Yeah.
And you have to understand this. And this is, at the brain of a professional wrestler, you want to be the guy.
Yeah.
You want to be the guy. Danny Barnes, Perez, if I had that match again happen in this ring, I'd tell you what, there wouldn't be a clear guy. They both personify what JPW needs.
Yes.
And I honestly think, even with my match alone, as a fan, I can look back and be like, oh, God, Josh Martinez can watch this match over and over and over and over again. And that's no bullshit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That was my favorite match of the night. That was my hands down favorite match of the night. So I agree with you guys. Absolutely.
I honestly have to agree with you too. Like, my favorite of the night is because seeing like that picture perfect frog splash. Danny Barnes, and then he was diving out into the ring after wrestling pretty much 10, 15 minutes at that point, and having the energy to do that, having the mindset to do that, to have those high risk maneuvers, to have those risky maneuvers, diving out into this grass, the sod underneath this hurts.
Yeah, it don't hit the same as when you land on mats.
Really don't. No. And so
or a carpet or an upstairs playroom.
I have to. Oh my God!
Man.
He has the scars to prove it.
I think you guys interviewed Danny Barnes last time, and I came to the interview. I mean, this would almost make a whole lot of sense if there was an answer back to this.
Oh yeah.
especially in the ring.
Bro,
We're in the ring, guys.
Yes, and we are
ring.
in the ring
We are
right
in the
now
ring.
of
This
JPW.
is JPW post event live in the ring. It's awesome.
You know, I know we said not to break kayfabe, but at the same time, it's almost uncanny. If someone had said, "Oh, you guys are brothers," I would smack them in the face 3 times.
You know, and to be completely fair, we've tried tagging with each other, so expect more in the future.
Oh,
Expect more in the future. When you got Danny Barnes and you got CliffHanger, powerhouse. It does not matter.
How's your head, by the way, after that pile driver?
I gotta be. I actually.
Yeah.
That was the first. That was the first. So you actually did bring up a really good question, Danny. That pile driver was not only a reassuring effect that we could do this safely. This is the first pile driver in the company.
Yeah. I was surprised.
I didn't know
I
that.
saw that and I was like, "Oh my god, I've never seen you guys." And I've seen almost all of your stuff. I was like, "I've never seen a pile driver
Yeah,
done."
no. I mean, we wanted to really honor Classic. We really wanted to honor Bret Hart.
Yes.
Shades of Owen Hart. Absolutely, Owen Hart. To your point, Robbie, and it was a really good thing. So I want to say that as much as I want to wrestle with you, I want to tag with you the most. But I gotta be
Got
honest
that
with
heart
you.
foundation. Feels
If I gotta be honest here too, yeah, to that
Fit
point,
in,
because they were dangerous opponents too. In and out of the ring, I gotta be completely fair with you. I wouldn't mind strapping up my fucking shoes and making sure we go one more time if we had to, and giving what these people give respect for back.
You know, when it comes to this show, when it comes to Change the Destiny 5, you know, you talk about, going forward, what's next for JPW, what would be the standard? We have the standard in the ring.
Yeah.
We have CliffHanger, and we have the gold standard. We have the workhorse himself, Danny Barnes.
Listen,
If there's anything that could show what hard work pays off and what that reward would be, it's this. You guys have been doing this for years, but you set the standard with your match with Zion. You set the standard with your match with Perez of what it is to step into this ring and don't play around. Even the first match with Jay Xavier and
Harley J.
It shows we're not playing around. We're gonna step this up, and we're gonna take this to another level. JPW is evolving.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make this short and sweet because I got to get out of here. Danny Barnes is tired and bruised.
You
beaten
are.
up.
I was gonna say beaten.
Yeah, you see that?
Oh my goodness!
I don't miss those chops.
Look at the.
You see
I-
that?
I don't-
Huh?
Look at
You
the
see that?
bruising.
Look at that.
I don't
That ain't
miss-
makeup, guys.
I don't miss
That's
that.
real.
I don't miss that. It's funny because we watched WrestleMania Part 1 and we decided to promote the April 4th show or April 9th. I'm sorry, not the 4th. It was definitely the 9th. And I let Perez and Danny Barnes chop the shit on me. If it meant good marketing. Oh my God. I don't miss that. I don't miss those chops.
What I will say, sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off.
Cut me off.
What I will say before Danny Barnes, yours truly, leaves for the night, as you said, JPW is evolving. It's no longer go and hashtag follow our journey. It's now you're going to follow our journey.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
and we're gonna take it there.
Chains of Destiny 5, we worked incredibly hard to get to this point. We've been doing JPW for 8 years, and there was only 4 of us in the beginning. We worked really hard on that show, and there is, without saying anything at all, tonight, Chains of Destiny 5 was the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
That
yes.
being
Hands
said,
down.
I'm gonna
dedicate that match to you. Dedicate
Thank
that
you.
match to you.
Thank you.
Dedicate
Thank
that match to your father.
Thank you. I know that.
You not so much.
you. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Bit of a-
Yeah,
And I say you're welcome.
for the tides, the sun, the sky.
I'll see you next time, Rated F.
Yes, sir. Until
Until
next
next
time.
time.
Until next time.
And there
yeah,
will be
yeah,
a next time.
There will be after that bombshell announcement. It's one of those you need to follow us. I don't really care if you watch WWE. I don't care if you watch All Elite Wrestling. I don't care if you watch TNA Impact. I don't even care if you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't even care if you watch the locals. But you better keep an eye on us, because when it's all really, really said and done, we've just cracked ground.
Yes.
You haven't even seen the rest of it.
Guys, definitely just gotta watch it. We posted it earlier. Definitely want to see that you guys follow the JPW YouTube channel, their Facebook, their Instagram. Follow them up at TikTok. There's a TikTok now.
We're TikToking?
They're TikTok. No, we're not
TikToking.
We're not
All right.
talk ticking. We're TikToking.
TikToking and TikToking. Love it. We're everywhere.
But yes, guys, there's a lot of information, a lot of places where you can find us. Please stay tuned with CliffHanger and JPW, guys. There's a lot more to come for them. You got anything else you got to talk about? Anything else you got? Any other questions? Because you threw some questions.
I'm waiting for that second part, because I have an answer to that second part.
Oh, you got.
I have an answer for your second part of the question. And I'm
Ah.
ready to answer that question before I ask more. You know, like I said, we can do this all night, but I know we don't have all night.
Hey, we don't have all.
We don't
night,
have
but
all night. We don't have all night.
Sun's going real low.
Sun's going real low.
Well, second part of it. What's next for the CliffHanger and JBW?
Definitely. Wins, losses, as long as I can tell a good story. But I think the next chapter in the CliffHanger is going to be, I don't know, a good old-fashioned belt around my waist, and to make sure that
we're
this
feeling the whole CM Punk vibe.
and I'll be completely fair. It's and I've said this behind the scenes. I said, Punk and I, we really have this like connection. He left wrestling 7 years ago. We did this 8 years ago. So, me personally, I kept going back in and back out. This is the first time I'm fully back in. Just like CM Punk is back in AEW.
Yeah.
All in, right?
All in. Yeah, he's all in. He's all in.
He's all in.
And there's a revolution starting. Maybe it goes to Double or Nothing.
Oh man, CliffHanger's on a rampage.
Oh man, that was dynamite. Are we sure we're not in full gear right now?
I don't think so. I have no idea. My goodness.
But
I like it.
I definitely love it. I can't wait to see it again. It's like you said, you were the first champion, so it's been a while since you had that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Time is definitely overdue for a championship around your waist, man.
I think Jay Xavier's put a big fight for that, and that is if getting Zion up is one thing, but to get Jay up, that's a big boy. That's strong boy.
I gotta be completely fair with you. I will train just as hard if it means me hitting that. Not just the Passover, because listen, if it means anything to Jay, I know you're a Jay guy. I know you go on record as being a Jay guy.
AJ guy.
You're the J guy. Exactly. I almost forgot about that. You go on record and being.
You sure you don't like Dan?
Dan is there.
Uh-oh.
But Dan has my respect, and he is definitely the workhorse of this company. He's definitely the gold standard. Danny Barnes, it's my guy. But Jake,
oh, here we go.
I mean,
there's
he's a notorious one. He's a notorious ace for a reason.
But he's not one CliffHanger.
We'll have to wait and see.
Will he leave you
on
a cliffhanger?
To see that.
You know what? Maybe
anything could happen in JPW.
Maybe he does become the CliffHanger in JPW. And you know what? If that's a title that I have to pass on, then great. But until that day happens, like a snowball of hell, I just want to make sure that it goes on record. I do want a shot at the JPW World Heavyweight Championship. It would mean a whole lot, not just for myself, but for the people that, again, have respect and have given that respect back. So that's all I want to give them.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what's next for the CliffHanger, Mr. Josh Martinez himself. This is a great interview.
It was a really good interview, definitely. And I've said it already, but do you have anything else? Anything, last words, questions, anything you want to say?
Just watch out for CliffHanger. I'll be completely fair. We got the show back in July 4th. Again, if you are interested, there will be pictures. There will not be any video live streams. I'm always available. Matter of fact, in the workings, I do have a podcast that's coming up about action figures. I'm a big toy fan.
Oh, cool.
And you know, down the line, there might be some voice work. You know me to be a very
very good voice actor.
Very, very good voice actor. And if I can leave you in shock, let me leave you in shock right now. Hi, this is Felix, and this is Robbie here with the Rated F show. And I got to admit that it's time that JPW signs off officially for the night. Yay!
Well, you heard it from JPW's CliffHanger Kermit Hanger.
Kermit the Frog here.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, please, like always, we always say this. We always love for it. We want to hear more things. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want to ask us, drop in the questions, drop in the comments. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on our Facebook. Follow us also here on YouTube, guys, and also follow this guy right here.
Yes, sir.
This guy for anything else, and as well as any updates for the July 3rd show.
Yes.
Robbie, anything?
I'm excited for July 3rd. This is huge. Dad was just a part of my life in a short amount of time. Lovely a part of time that I knew him and got to love him. But you know, you guys are my family. And anything and everything that is JPW, anything and everything that is for Pop, I'm down for it. This is an evolution, and if we have to do it in his name, that's even better. That's gonna drive us to places that we have not been before. I absolutely love it. It's heartwarming.
And I'm happy to say this out loud and in person. You guys have been the best to work with. You guys have a little bit of tear. I've already cried my eyes out.
It's dusty out here.
It's very fucking sandy out here. But you know,
Global warming.
I'll be completely honest with you. Just like I told Moses on the other show, the Arc Radio.
Yes.
Follow our friends out on Arc Radio.
This will not be the last time that you see CliffHanger on your show.
I hope not.
I hope. We gotta get some more of you on here.
I don't know if you're familiar, but I want to say you guys have cracked into pop culture.
Yeah.
Invite me on your show.
Yeah.
Just all you gotta do is invite me on your show, and I can definitely talk to you in pop culture.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole bunch of Rated
we
F
got
is about anything and everything.
Yes.
Cool.
So we can definitely jump into that, and I have already ideas. So don't get me started.
We're gonna do the Zack Snyder thing that we've talked about for I don't know, like 2 years now.
We should have been.
I think we should hash that back out. I mean, that or
I'm
Batman.
excited because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, no.
Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Justice League.
Snyder Cut. the only one that I liked.
To be completely fair. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty settled here, and I really am appreciative of you guys inviting me out to your show. And this, like I said, this won't be the last time. This will definitely not.
Well, now that you brought back that, it definitely is not going to be last time. I have some thoughts for this one too.
Yeah, we got that one in the works.
All right, guys. So as always, we love you. Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
Have fun out there.
Enjoy. Take care.
Wow, this is the thrill. Welcome to the thrill. Giving you something that's real. Tell me how you really feel. Now that you're hearing the thrill. I was all on my own. Now when you made it home. Wow, this is the